girl. Now he's open. He's gorgeous. His body, he models. He's in a happy relationship with this guy who's a blogger that travels all over the world. And that's all he's ever wanted to do his whole entire life is travel. So he ends up meeting this guy. And tell me, girl, it's such, I don't know, I just feel like sometimes the universe just does like these amazing things where it just puts people together and you never know. Because when I was in the group home, at first, before they let me go to like actual high school.
Divine order.
Yeah, divine order. That's where I'm recording. I had a teacher like at the group home, and his name was Mr. O. He was so cool. Like me and my friend Pamela were like, I would say his favorite students, and I don't like to use that word, but like we were really connected with him, me and him. Me, him, and Pamela. Like we were cool. And so when my best friend years later and she finally introduced me to this guy, because he had met him online, and the guy moved out here and everything to be closer to him before they even got into a relationship, I was like, oh my God, Mr. O!
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, it's me, Tiffany, it's so good to meet you. Let me see you. He's like, Mr. O. I'm like, Mr. O, it's me. Like, remember me, Pamela, from the group home? Hello, it's me. I'm like, I know I look the same. I mean, maybe my hair's different, but I know I look the same in the face. He's like, no. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, is he trying to hide his past? And then he goes, maybe you know my twin brother. Girl, Mr. O is his identical twin brother. And they're really from like, I don't know, let's say Chicago or whatever. And Mr. O moved down here years ago. Girl, like, what are the odds, right? Yeah, so it's crazy. But I don't talk to them anymore, but it's crazy, girl. I'm like, sometimes just like the universe. What did you say? Divine what?
Divine order.
Divine order.
Yeah, it's not a sometimes thing. The universe
Like
doesn't do things in accident.
Yeah.
Right? This whole structure, from the microorganism that you don't even see,
Right.
to the macro, is sustaining. It's an extremely intelligent structure.
Right.
Like we got the rhythms, we got the cycles, we got the body doing its damn thing.
Right. Right.
So it's divine. And if we get out of like seeing it as like wow, it's not what's supposed to happen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know, it's all you can. It's not so much that it's scripted. Excuse me. It's that we're shaped by the environment,
Right.
and what you stayed around is going to bring what you did as a child, mostly in that subconscious time, and whatever the energy. If you feel like it's spirit, soul energy that continues to move throughout life, you're going to gravitate what you naturally gravitate towards.
Right.
And those things that make you happy and those things that bring you joy. And then we forget them because of all the noise that happens in between.
So much noise. Loud up in here.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Girl.
There's so much noise in between. And unless we're brought up in a way that fosters that and puts us in more things that we love, and if it doesn't grow like that, then it grows into like
What?
the other stuff. It grows into. There's a whole list of the other ranges of opposites of love that come up.
I've had so many situations in life where I'm just like, this was no accident. Like, girl, I'm not even lying. Like, I've even had like a few moments where I know for sure I've met like a few angels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, I have literally had that. And I didn't think about it until I was like I forgot who I was talking to. Maybe my mom or something. But I was like telling her about the situation where I had this random lady had came up to me. In a time I was out somewhere, I was crying, I was on the phone, and she just came up to me and soothed me. Like, it was so meant to be. And then I was running late from work, and that was the thing. I was like on the phone with my grandma. I'm like trying to get her to like realize like, oh, you did this and that, like crying about the past stuff,
Yeah.
like stuff that's not even relevant to this day,
Not relevant?
Well, I mean, of course, I guess, yeah, relevant. Obviously it's relevant if I'm bringing it up. Yeah. So the lady catches me crying,
and it's gonna be relevant because it impacts.
Yes, that's the thing, and it still
stays.
impacts me to this day. So it's relevant. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for letting me see that light. So yeah, anyway, the lady comes up to me. She's like, excuse me, I overheard you, I'm so sorry. But she's like, you know what? She's like, I got out of my movie an hour ago. And she said, something just told me to sit right here. Like, something just told me sit here. And she goes, girl, I've been sitting here for an hour. And then I heard you. And then, so she, like, you know, just started talking to me about, it was just like, how does she know all this stuff about me? Like, you're an amazing person, and like whatever you've gone through, like you're here for a reason. Like you are gifted, you are talented, like you have purpose. Like not everybody will go through the kind of stuff that you will or have gone through. It was amazing, girl. I was like, I couldn't even push out a tear anymore. I wasn't even like sad anymore. Gosh. So then I told her, I said, you know, after she was talking to me, I was like, you know, I'm actually on my way to work. Can you give me a ride? Girl, she's like, of course. I get in the car. And I have this thing where every day when I'm walking down my street, before I got my car, but when I would walk down my street, I would always pick up like a leaf, especially like in like fall time. Oh, they're so beautiful. Sometimes they're like 3 different colors. And I just love what that represents, like that beauty of like changing and like new life and a new stage. So anyways, let me stop.
No, I love that.
I would grab like a leaf from like a tree.
Yeah.
Girl, tell me why. When I got in her car, on her dashboard, she had the same leaf. And I told her, is that your leaf? And she was like, yeah, why, what's up? I go in my bag and I pull out the same leaf. And I was like, why do you have that leaf? And she started telling me, like, honestly, I forgot everything she said, but she was saying something about, like, you know, that she liked what it represented, and she explained what it represented to her.
Yeah.
And it was a little bit different than what I said, but still, like, the fact that, wow.
Another perspective, just another perspective
and that we would
of
have the
sorts.
same leaf. Like, you would come, something would tell you to stay for an hour. You would say these words that
Intuition,
completely
source, the
changed my
universe, God,
emotional
goddess.
stage,
Yes.
you know? I get in your
and
car. You got, I mean, and the thing is, we didn't even, like, she gave me a ride to work. We didn't exchange numbers or anything. Like, it was just like an angel. Like, I needed that. I was so distraught. I needed somebody to tell me what she told me. Like, I needed that. Like, it's crazy. I'm over here in a plaza crying on the phone with my grandma. And, like, that's what I needed. And, girl, I don't even feel that way anymore. Like, I don't even have those same feelings or thoughts. Like, it was absolutely miraculous.
Plus, she just affirmed, not just, so she affirmed you.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I needed. That, like, in that moment, right then and there, at that moment. I have had people in my whole entire life telling me this kind of stuff. But at that moment,
yes, boom bunny, source
yes.
looking out.
And you know what's so funny? My grandma hung up. It's like the whole time I had my grandma on the phone, right? She hung up. So then I called her. I said, oh my God, Grandma, did you hear what that lady was saying? She's like, yeah, I did. And I felt like she was talking about me. So I hung up.
Wait, talking about her?
Yes.
Oh, but
like,
not talking to...
No.
Oh.
So she hung up, girl. I was like, what? I mean, it was crazy, but... Yeah, it was.
Did you tell her what she said?
Well, everything that she said was positive, so I didn't get where she thought she was talking about her in a negative way to hang up.
But did she just not hear it correctly?
Yeah.
Did
when you're set in a way, how you translate things is how you translate things. So she heard this.
She heard it clearly though?
Yes, and translated it into what she thought. So this lady saying like stuff like, you know what? How does she phrase it? She said something like, sometimes what you need, like, a human can't give you, or you're seeking something that a human can't give you. Something, I don't know. But, or she was just saying stuff like, you know, like, you don't have to rely on people, like, to make you happy and, like, live your life and go forward. Like, if they don't want to say sorry, then they don't want to say sorry.
That's
honey.
the fact.
Like, you keep living life. Like, look who you are today without that sorry, okay? Like, you don't need that. So... I guess my grandma took that in a way of like, oh, she's talking about me, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, when you have whatever feeling she had in her heart at that moment, she hung up. But that lady, I was just like, man, and that's the thing, too. I was on my way to work. So imagine me going to work feeling distraught. Oh, I don't know nobody love me, crying. But now I went to work and I had, like, a good day. I smiled the whole day. Right. She had that same leaf, girl. That's when I knew. I was like, you don't just meet people like that.
I mean, you do when it's when
it's meant to be, girl. I keep forgetting that. Girl.
And honey, oftentimes like these people are people we can connect with and build a huge bridge with.
Yeah.
right?
Always.
This is someone. Like, no one's here by accident.
Right.
Everyone came usually with intention or purpose to go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And it's up to us if we choose to connect or not.
Mm-hmm.
And what she did, that listening to intuition, that listening to source, that listening to a nudge or whatever, however it came to her, that's like the big piece for like many of us.
Right.
Because we cannot listen.
Right. Because we cannot listen. And I was like, wow, girl. Yeah, I still remember her to this day.
Gratitude.
Yeah. And like, everyone's like, oh, did you get her phone number? Like, no, we didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all we needed was that moment right there for both of us. So, cool bees. But yeah, I've met a few angels out there.
Yeah. And you definitely...
I said I probably am one.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
probably.
I probably am
Come
one.
on now, because you would do that same to someone.
I would.
Yes.
I have. So many times.
Yes.
I have been that person.
Exactly. Same. I feel you. Yes.
Right?
Get it, goddess. Doing God work. Doing goddess work. Yes,
girl.
source. Channel through this. Yes. Kundalini. Mari Shakti. Kundalini Mari Shakti.
That's right, girl.
That's right. Yes.
Okay, soccer. Get it.
Yo, do you go on Facebook?
Girl, rarely. I rarely
In the morning,
I know I need to
I
get
got
back
the
into
stretches on. Could do some stretches up with us in the morning.
What time you do them in the morning?
It ranges between 7 and 10.
What are you doing in your room?
Either outside or in the room, in the living room if it's cold.
Like that.
Yeah.
Girl, you are really getting it. How many followers you have?
Yeah, at any time you can stretch.
Yeah.
I have the whole world, honey.
Yeah, I love
Okay?
that. I love that.
I am world renowned.
Girl, my armpits are not.
That I am.
Same.
No one's looking at you.
You never know.
It's all right.
Girl, I can't.
Just
There really is
like-
nobody.
Wait, that bird just came. Just flew over. He's scoping. He's trying to be.
Girl,
He's trying to be.
I'm trying to like figure out like, am I flexible or am I double jointed?
Probably both.
Okay.
Not
Well,
probably though.
Yeah.
Since you feel like since you.
I feel like I am because I just feel like this arm can go down.
Yeah,
So
that's.
it is.
It seems to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure because when I look at myself do it, I'm like, okay, can everybody else do this? Okay, so you're saying no.
I'm saying that
wanna know.
most people
So
that
this
I
is the normal stretch.
right here, yeah.
Okay, do your maximum stretch. Okay, that's cool. All right. So that's the norm. I don't know, girl. I'm trying to figure it out. I mean,
Yeah, because yours is up and over, and your head is like. You want to take a picture to
Yes,
see?
yes.
Plus, yes, okay. This is so
Should I
dope.
smile or I don't even know. Like, should I pose?
That's perfect. Let me get this camera.